Lindsey Barnes to give a vote of thanks on behalf of the students.
Hello and welcome. My thanks firstly to the committee who selected me to give this 2013 graduation ceremony vote of thanks speech. It is indeed a great honour. I would like to begin also by thanking our host for today's ceremony, Pro Vice Chancellor, Mr. Lindsey. I would also like to thank the Faculty of Business and Law and the graduation team in totality for organising this event in which we participate today. Within this department, there are certain members of this team that I would like to thank personally for their help throughout. Dr. Pindy Young, Dr. Petrovich, Dr. Zhang, Dr. Gorley, Dr. Juancic, and Mrs. Carol Strong. On behalf of all of us in this room, I would also like to thank our enablers, the people who have allowed, encouraged and pushed us to be able to graduate today. Of course, these people are different for all of us, and maybe our parents, our partners, or our lecturers. But one thing that we all have in common, however, is that without them, we would not be in the wonderful position that we are in now. To all of them, I thank you. Finally, I would like to thank our peers. For me, I thank you for sharing this experience with me and for creating an environment in which I could grow, safe in the knowledge that you're always there to help, whatever the situation may be. Please join me in a round of applause for all of the people that I have discussed, as well as for all of the people who are too numerous to mention, but who are no less influential for this reason. From the day that I sent in my application to Kingston University, and now having completed my master's degree here, I was convinced that I could not and should not have pursued it anywhere else. When writing my cover letter for the application, I wrote that I was sure that holding a degree from Kingston Business School would be a cast-iron guarantee to future employers of my abilities. I have not been disappointed. It has been remarked to me on many occasions by several of my international peers that Kingston University was their only choice, due to the reputation that it holds both within and outside of the academic community worldwide. The friends that I have met inside and the contacts that I have made outside are now invaluable to me in both my personal and professional life. Indeed, the position that I now hold was found through an advertisement placed on Study Space by my organisation, illustrating how the two elements of education and work may combine perfectly. I feel that it also illustrates how well respected Kingston University is when many businesses approach it directly to recruit new employees. As we all know, the new batch of students who have already taken our places this year have much to do, as did we when we were in their positions. For many of us this time last year, we had just taken our first exams and we were waiting on the results of the first of many assignments to come, having spent the Christmas period frantically trying to research as much information as possible. This, however, was only the beginning, and we probably should have relished having only 3 simultaneous assignments. I can testify that, as is later the case, writing 6 4,000-word assignments in 7 weeks is no mean feat. But we expect when undertaking a degree at any level that this will not be easy, and nor should it be. However, there are those times when a ray of light shines through and we recognise the importance of the fun factor. A fond memory that I would like to share with you, and which has thankfully been remembered to me by my classmate and friend Owen Seven, involves one of our lecturers, Dr. Mark Farmer. He can't actually be here today as he's teaching, but he did give me permission to tell this story. In a lecture which had been particularly heavy due to the amount of theory and debate that day, Dr. Farmer provided immense and much needed relief. Whilst trying to test and engage the class, Dr. Farmer announced that he would be covering up the next slide to see how much we had understood from the previous slides. But instead of covering the slide on the computer, Dr. Farmer tried to cover up the projected image on the wall, which just continued to project onto Dr. Farmer himself. It took a few minutes for him to realise why the entire class was laughing hysterically as he posed serious questions to us. Once understood, though, even Dr. Farmer himself could not refrain from laughing as much as, and if not more than, the rest of us. Of course, this is only one of many examples that I could give to explain how much we enjoyed our time at the university. For all of the ups and downs, tensions and the late nights to complete assignments on time, there's no place that I would rather have studied. I hope as you are too that we are proud, I hope you are too, that we're proud to be Kingston University alumnus. Thanks then, Kingston University.